Hi guys, it's me, Tisha, and I am here today to talk about being an influencer. And so here we are in this amazing group, Doctors on Social Media, right? And I look around and I see so much talent and so much opportunity, but I also see a lot of doubt and not really realizing how powerful you are and how powerful your voice is. And so the question hi my love, I see Nika's on. I posted is, how many Instagram followers you have. And I posted that question because I do think a lot of people measure their influence and their power by the amount of followers they have. And I don't think that's a smart thing to do. And the reason is because you cannot compare yourself to everyone else on the internet. And the reason being is that you are a medical doctor. So if you take Tisha, Nika, Linda, anyone in this group, right? And you have 1,000 followers, and someone, the gym trainer, has 10,000 followers, right? So the gym trainer says, hey, I think this product is really good to help you prevent you from having heart attacks. And then Dr. Una or Dr. Burke says the same thing. Which one has more power and influence? And so I attended and I shared here the National Medical Association conference this weekend, and I helped out with social media. I did a lot of the Instagram posts, and our collective impression was 5.1 million followers. And it was not because of my influence alone. It was because of the collective influence of a group. My role in that was getting the doctors in that group to utilize one hashtag and to understand the importance of using it and sharing it, right? So in the National Medical Association, that's a group of doctors. But here we are, a group of doctors on social media. And even though we individually may each have less than 5,000 followers, thank you, Linda. It's only 1 p.m. So far, 15 people have replied to the post saying they have less than 5,000 followers. But of the 15 times 5, I want us to start looking at us as influencers, not just from an individual perspective, but who we are collectively. So now, if we were to unify our voices for specific efforts, not only are we individually influencers, but we're collectively influencers. And I think that's really important. And I love this group. I love the energy. I love to see people recognizing their worth and their talents. But I also, as I've said in other groups that I moderate, want us to really consider what I like to call a level 5 mindset. There's a great video out there. You can Google it. It's a TED Talk on level 5 tribes. And I can't remember the guy's name. If anyone's listening that has seen it, hi Cindy, hi Sabrina, please feel free to share the link. And it talks about, one of the examples in the video. It's amazing because it's a group of doctors that get on an elevator together, and one's talking about, oh, his research is so awesome, and one is talking about, oh, this is so awesome, and one is this. But he speaks to the fact that even though they're all so awesome individually, they really haven't reached their highest potential as a group because they're all so focused on their individual goals. So as influencers, as we can continue to write the books, look after the speaking engagements, do all of these things, I really hope we'll get to the point where everyone will realize that we're all influencers. Every single doctor, the fact that you have an MD behind your name, I don't care if you have 10 followers, you are a medical doctor. People trust you. When you say something, people are going to listen. So when you build your audience, don't focus on the number of people. Don't doubt yourself. I've seen time and time again my influence. That's why I know that I can speak confidently that I'm an influencer. When I show up at an event and there are people in the room that came and I say, how did you hear about this event? And they say, I saw it on your page, Tisha. In my single doctors group, every Saturday I post like selfie workout Saturday. It may take 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, but suddenly someone who wasn't working out is posting, I've been working out for the past 4 weeks. I don't have to take all the credit for it, but I know that a part of it is my influence. My group Boss Doctors, when I'm there and I'm posting and I'm encouraging, and then suddenly someone says, you know what, I finally took that leap. I finally started my business. That is my influence. As a telemedicine physician, every day when I get up and I live my purpose and I live my dream, and sometimes it takes years for me to see my influence, where someone may say, you know what, Tisha, it was back in 2015 when I first talked to you about telemedicine, and now I'm finally doing it. Or it was back in 2016 or 2017. But the fact that I keep putting this information out there, that makes me an influencer, right? So first, I don't want anyone to post under here, if you watch this video from this point on that poll, that you're not an influencer, because mindset is so extremely important. So the first thing I need you to do is think, I am an influencer, and it does not depend on my number of followers. I'm an influencer because I am a medical doctor, and people trust me and trust what I know because of my years of experience. And it's so important to me because other people don't doubt themselves as influencers. They will walk up, they will get up one day, open a book of whatever, and repeat the information they learned somewhere else and claim themselves as the voice, the leader. Nurse practitioners are doing it. PAs are doing it. And I'm not mad at them. What I want you to take from them is, when you see them do it, is that if they can do it, we can do it. And collectively, we can do so much more. Someone asked me on my Instagram stories yesterday, they say, Tisha, what drives you? What gets you up in the morning? What gets you going? And I told them, for me, it's not about me. I'm wearing like a cheap, like Target dress. I will buy all my clothes from Target if I can. Yes, I have a couple red bottoms in the closet for special events, but that's not my thing. I'm not a materialistic person. I don't have the biggest house on the block, nor do I want to. I'm more driven by being able to fulfill my passion, my purpose, for God to work through me to help other people, to leave a generational legacy. So when I'm getting followers, it's not because I want to be the most popular doctor or the hottest doctor on the block. It's my passion and purpose. And as you all get into social media, don't get caught up in the hype of that, because you will meet people that will ask you, hey, how many followers do you have? And someone asked me that this week, and I said, I have a lot of followers, but more importantly, I'm an influencer. And even at that conference, I introduced myself as an influencer. But you know what? If you get caught up in that hype and someone says, oh, how many followers do you have? You say 500, and then that negative voice in the back of your mind will be telling yourself, I'm not that important. I'm not that powerful. My voice doesn't matter as much as the person with 50,000. When you don't know that person with 50,000 could have paid somebody for it, they could be using a bot, and that's not always the case. People do organically get 100,000 followers, but what does that mean? It does not mean that they're more powerful than you or that they're more influential than you. And I want to see doctors succeed. I saw a doctor who I've never met, but I consider a friend through Facebook, post about the loss of a parent. And she said that she's been working 100-hour weeks, and that loss caused her to reevaluate and decide she's going to spend more time for herself. So the reason social media is so important to me and so powerful is because it can give you that freedom to not be working 100-hour weeks, because we should not spend 12 years plus in higher education and then be working harder than the people who started the flat tummy tea and waist gang society. These people are legit multi-millionaires that get up every day and leverage their brand for profit, while many of us, our only profit is tied to, can I get up every day and go to work? Dr. Duke says we also need to ask, what does influence mean to me? Thank you, Dr. Duke. I love her, guys. If you know anyone that needs a fertility doctor, I'm just going to give her a plug. Like, she might not know it, but it doesn't matter what state people call me from. I tell them, fly to Vegas. The best fertility doctor ever is in Vegas. But for me, what does influence mean to me? It really means that I can work smarter, not harder, through my influence and through my programs and through the different programs and projects I do. And I can be a positive influence on people for health, for their financial well-being, for their passion and purpose, for entrepreneurship. But like Dr. Duke said, you have to figure out what influence means to you. Now, if you are going to be an influencer, I want you to leverage that in a way that does allow you to be productive. And this is important to me because I see a lot of people like, oh, I'm going to tweet, I'm going to Instagram, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they have no money to show for it. And one of my mentees, we had this conversation because he sent me screenshots of multiple Instagram pages that he has, which I'm proud of. And I told him I'm proud of. I said, I have the utmost respect for you and your social media game, but tell me how much money you've made off these pages, right? So if I have 1,000 followers and I have a product that's worth $1,000 per booking or per registration, right? And I get one registration a week, I don't care if you have more followers than me, right? Because I have figured out a way to leverage my brand and turn it into something more. And I will put things out there, courses, to be able to teach people, the people that are willing to invest themselves, how to do that, because I've done it, right? And so I take opportunities, I take projects, and then I look at the bigger picture. And Friday, I went out to dinner with a group of friends, and I'm sitting there and I'm chatting with the guy. He is, and he's in the oil and gas industry. And I asked him, what do you do? And he said, I help businesses to grow and to move forward. And I said, you're a catalyst. And he laughed and he said, woman, you're a genius. I'm going to give you my card. I only knew the term catalyst because I had met someone else before who explained to me what they did, and they said, I'm a catalyst. He gave my card to you, and he said, do you know what the name of my business is? He said, the name of my business is Catalyst. I can't believe you just said that. And I said, it was just interesting. And we started talking about telemedicine and global markets and all of these things. But every person in this group has the opportunity to be a catalyst for someone else and a catalyst for yourself. So when I offer my advice to be able to say, hey guys, let me show you how to do Facebook, let me show you how to do Twitter, let me show you how to do Instagram, it's because I see what you're doing, and I've done social media things for 4 years, and I have so much respect for so many people in this group. Like, I don't even want to start calling names about Marjorie, Dr. Jen, Kevin MD, big time influencers. And I feel like there's so many more of us that can have that opportunity if we're strategic and we understand and we see our purpose, we see our passion. But it really starts with your mindset. It really starts with thinking, I am an influencer and I'm going to get to that next level. I'm going to have those speaking opportunities. So when you're putting your influence out there, have something that turns your influence into revenue. Dr. Swiner has a publishing company. Spend a weekend, go on a weekend retreat and write a book, and then send her the footage and get that book published. It's something that I have yet to do and I need to do. I've been writing since probably 2013. I have 250 blog entries in a private blog. I have another 100 pages on my laptop that I will one day combine and put that book. But I have a personal goal I want to reach before I publish that book. But you can spend a weekend and write a how-to guide, right? Dr. Cindy, how to overcome fertility issues and find the best fertility doctor. Dr. Burke, already has the Smart Mother's Guide, but maybe she wants to put that next book out. Dr. Una with her amazing Ivy League pediatrics. Maybe she wants to put a book out there about pediatrics, about moms or blogs. Whatever it is, I just want to empower you to know that I'm an influencer, you're an influencer. Every day you influence people. Learn how to leverage that influence. But most importantly, let's start to function as a level 5 tribe and look at projects that we can partner on and leverage our collective influence. If you have 100 doctors with 5,000 followers each, guys, we have a lot of power. Do we want to back a nonprofit one month? Do we want to do a fundraiser one month? I did the Doctors for Social Media Loop. Thank you to everyone who participated. We just announced our winner this week. The lady sent the most heartfelt note. She had her engagement was called off. She was trying to maintain her apartment. She said, I didn't know how I was going to survive. She was so thankful for that $250 that came from a collective effort of doctors on social media. But you know what? We can do much more than $250. We could have a med school scholarship on Doctors for Social Media if we come together and say, hey guys, this is the beginning, this is a start. How do we do more? How do we take it to the next level? How do we look beyond our personal brands and say, there's something much bigger we're sitting on here? And the example I gave this morning in my Boss Doctors group is, you know, we can each plant a tree today and watch those trees grow. And it may take 100 years for our trees to grow. But for every tree that dies that we plant, those branches will never exist. But if we all came together and planted 1 or 2 trees, 3 or 5 trees, and really poured all of our resources into those trees, think about the hundreds, the thousands of branches that will come from those trees versus all trying to plant a tree, all putting our resources into only our tree at one time. Yeah, those trees will grow, but they'll never be as big as the tree we could have planted all together. So I just wanted to talk about influence, talk about that. In you all may see it on my Facebook page, I was featured in Houston Modern Luxury, right? And in there, it was called the one of this magazine was The New Breed of Business, H-Town's Young Entrepreneurs Taking the Lead, right? This magazine was published years ago. I still get people that call me today and say, I saw you in Houston Modern Luxury. I saw you on KPRC News. I saw you on the Deborah Duncan show. I saw that blog you wrote way back when about something. I saw you interviewed on the American Telemedicine's website. I saw when you were the Greater Houston Black Chamber winner of the Upstart Award. I saw when you were NMA's Top 40 Under 40. So for me, it's not about credentials. I have done many things that still Google won't let me forget that I've done, right? All they have to do is look me up and they'll find that. But it really is about how do we move forward and make healthcare better. Healthcare is a $1 trillion industry. There aren't a lot of people getting healthier, and the power I see in us as physicians leveraging our collective voice is to really be able to make an impact, make a change, and see how do we improve healthcare, but at the same time win financially and be wealthy and do the good that our patients need for us to do. At the NMA conference, I sat on a panel with an exec from an insurance company. He shared that their company makes more in a year than the GDP of some countries. That's power, guys. I also watched a talk by one of the execs at IBM, and they put billions into healthcare research every year. So I want us to start to see ourselves as this community that's not just about asking for advice. How do we tweet? I love that. I love that. I celebrate that. I'm thankful for this. But I hope that this conversation gets us to thinking, how do we do more? How do we support each other more? When someone posts that they have something to share, you all will notice I will screenshot and show that I shared it, because I want someone else to see that and challenge them to actually share it too. Not just to look at it and say, oh, that's nice. But then when you come, you want someone to share your stuff. So you need to share other people's stuff too. And that's influence, right? Not only are you powerful because you're a doctor, you're powerful because you have access. to doctors. Remember that. Whenever someone asks me to share something with a group of doctors, I'm not going to do it unless A, I believe in it, that it's something actually good. B, I know that they value my relationships, because I'm not just telling doctors things. I'm a doctor that other doctors trust telling doctors things. And so there's a number for that. That there's something that they have to pay if I believe in it. Me believing in it, you know, I share nonprofits for free, but if a business wants me to share, there's a cost, right? And I have seen numerous doctors share their expertise on platforms for free, and that those platforms then quantify their reach, millions. They package it, they sell it to sponsors. I know a company doing it right now that makes in the area of $5 million per year, never pays a single doctor a dime, and all of our doctors still sign up to do it over and over and over again. And that company has to do nothing else ever but leverage your expertise. Let's do that for each other. Let's do that for our doctors on social media. Let's create something where we can give scholarships, give back, utilize our influence. We are influencers. Doctors on social media are influencers. If you want to leverage your influence more, you know, I've posted in the group, but some people don't see posts. You may see the video. I do have a mastermind course. I welcome you all to attend. If you don't attend, I'm not bothered. It's okay. But I want to know that if you need help, you have help. Okay? Don't say, I only have a few followers, I don't know how to get it up. Take the class. I do several conferences a year. I have the Boss Doctors Conference coming. I have the Virtual Physician Summit coming. I speak at other conferences that are not my conferences. I'll be speaking at the Urgent Care Association of America conference. Come out, see me, meet me. If you need help, reach out to me. Invest in yourself and invest in leveraging yourself as an influencer, because I want you to win as much as everyone else without half of your education, half of your skill, half of your knowledge, and not working half the time that you're working is out there winning. So you should be winning too. Let's practice. You know, if you are on Twitter, post a tweet today or whatever day you watch this with SoMeDocs. SOMEDOCS, right? Whatever it is, I don't care. It can just be about your brand. Utilize our hashtag and then click on the hashtag, go through the hashtag and retweet at least 10 tweets with that hashtag. Okay? Things that you believe in, things that you want to share. That is how we get to the point of having 5.1 million impressions in 4 days for doctors on social media. That's to the point where we'll get to be able to leverage our influence collectively, do good, do bigger loop giveaways. My goal is I hope we can do $1,000 cash loop giveaway by the end of the year. So hopefully this month will be 500. So if you're interested, 100% of the funds goes back into the giveaway. Join the next loop. Think about, how can I help? How can I support others? How can I be an influencer that supports other doctors? We have to be there for each other, guys. Any questions, feel free to DM me, reach out to me, or send me a tweet. Tisha, Tisha Rowe, ROWE MD, and I'll be in here posting and sharing. Thanks for having this time with me on a Sunday. Have a great day.